Okay, as you guys know, I am a life coach, a certified general life coach, which means I do life coaching on everything. And I got a friend request to ask. They couldn't afford a reading. It's a younger person and they wanted like couples therapy. Now, if you guys are like teenagers in a relationship, I just want you guys to be aware that you're growing and please practice, safe intimacy by all means. So I'm really here for the older crowd, for those who are dating, they're more in serious relationships. So this is like 20 and up. Also, I'm more here for those who are like married couples, but I'm really trying to stay away from the teenagers. So if you guys are watching this, I would just tell you to take as resonates, but just be mindful. You are growing, and I'm not saying like high school relationships don't last. I'm just saying that you're growing, and boys and girls are different when it comes to mentalities, and just be aware. I wouldn't want you to really do things that are too grown, right? So, but tarot is open to the whole spiritual community, so it really doesn't mean to stop listening, but it just means that be careful. So for pile one, I'm gonna split it into two. First, I'm gonna do yourself, then I'll do your partner, and then I'll do what you guys can work on together in the relationship. So with that being said, as I'm doing yourself, if anything doesn't resonate, or even with your partner, then it's just not for you. But if it does resonate, it is certainly for you. And also be a little bit more open minded, because I feel like some people are stubborn, or they don't like the fact that I'm telling them the truth. Don't shoot the messenger, but this is your spirit guides communicating to you. So if you don't like it, then just don't watch. That's all I can tell you. All right, so pile number one for you guys. I feel like you guys are. I'm gonna draw out some letters I'm getting: TMLORA. I also heard somebody's name with a F, like Fernando, Louis, Jacob, Marquise. I heard as well. So for this pile watching for you guys, I feel like you guys are very, very intuitive. You guys could be Pisces, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpios, Aries. You guys are very intuitive, and I feel like a lot of the times the things you feel and connections, you tend to not listen to yourself. Like, I feel like if somebody's trying to do something to make you feel bad or to hurt you in some way, you know that. But I feel like a lot of times you guys ignore the sign with the hangman, and your spirit guides are telling you that you really need to stop ignoring signs in your relationship. So I feel like a lot of you guys watching this pal, you're single, and you're here kind of for therapy on how you can do better in connections, is what I'm getting. And for the 99.9% of you guys that are just like, hey, F it, I'm here because I want to know how I could be better. How you can be better in connections is that you guys really need to stop ignoring the signs. I feel like you guys are like, oh, that's okay. Oh, okay, he cursed me out. She hit me. That's fine. You guys keep letting things pass over and over and over again, whether you're a girl or guy watching this. That is the reason why your relationships tend to leave you feeling in this Five of Swords energy, where you feel left out, or even this Five of Pentacles energy, where you feel left out in the cold. You feel like you gave more in the connection. So with the Six of Pentacles, I'm seeing that you're always experiencing some sort of imbalance in a connection, because you always look past the signs. I feel like you guys always trying to give people a chance. So maybe, this might get deep and emotional. So sorry if it's triggering for any of you, but I feel like you guys had experienced an absent parent in your life. So for some of you guys watching this, you experience an absent father. For others of you guys watching this, you experience an absent mother. Like 30% is the mother, 80% is like your father. And I feel like for this pile, because you have experienced that absence, you're always making excuses for the person that you're in a connection with. You're always saying like, well, this person's gonna this person's okay, like everything's gonna be okay. I could let that pass, because you're constantly trying to find a way in your heart to forgive this person for being absent in your life. And your spirit guides are telling you to stop doing that. Don't make excuses for this person. When people lay down, whether it's an accident or whether it's planned, when you make a child together, your innate and godly responsibility is to take very good care of your child. I'm not saying you have to Kardashian up your lifestyle. No, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. But your responsibility is to take care of the child, whether you like it or not. Not to complain or, be annoyed. It's about taking accountability. And if a parent can't show up for you, and you never even asked to be there, that's always a problem. You don't have to innately make excuses for this person anymore because it's exacerbating in your relationships. You're always making excuses for another person because you feel like, oh no, like I this person was absent in my life, and if they come back, maybe if they just say sorry and make it up to me, everything's gonna be okay. So even if this absent person in your life, say if it was like an abusive father or an abusive mother or somebody who was a really, really bad person, you feel like you need to forgive them. So in your connections with others, you make excuses for them because you feel like, well, this person was absent in my life, and you feel like because that person's your parent, you have to put them on a high pedestal, even if they're wrong. You have to put them on that pedestal. And you do that with your partners. And because you do that in your partners with the Nine of Cups in reverse, you end up very unsatisfied in the connection. So, something that this power really needs to stop doing is when you see the red flags in the connection, they always exacerbate. If you see that somebody's a narcissistic, it usually gets worse. If you see that somebody is abusive, it gets worse. If somebody has a cheating issue, it gets worse. You can see in these connections that nothing gets resolved when you stay in the connection. And you can also see with the Ace of Cups in reverse that you always end up very, very unhappy and very, very drained. So your spirit guides are saying you guys need to nourish yourself with the nine of the that is the what is it, the Ace of Pentacles. Sorry, I use this when I read. So what you're seeing is what I use. So sometimes I have to zoom in, but because I'm recording, I can't zoom in. Um, oh, the Queen of Pentacles. There we go. Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles, she is basically holding the yellow coin, and it just shows that you guys have to remother yourself, and you guys have to show yourself with the Queen of Swords how to set boundaries, right? You guys have to reteach yourself, no, this is not okay. No, I'm not happy. No, you are a cheater. Once they do it the first time, you guys just need to walk away. Once they do something crazy or they make you uncomfortable, you guys need to learn how to walk away with the Eight of Cups because these people are wearing masks, right? They're posing that they're this great person and they're going to tell you everything you want to hear. But in reality, you can walk away from what they're posing because what they really look like in the inside is a devil card. They really are evil. They really do need to heal, and they have very negative intentions. And with the Temperance card, your guardians have to come in a lot, and they have to protect you, your spirit guides, and they're really telling you that you guys really need to do better with this, and you really need to stop making excuses. Just get out of there. Get out of there because for those of you who have not been in an abusive connection, you don't want to end up in those things. Those things are very, very damaging and traumatic. And for those of you experienced, you already been through that tower moment. You've been through that trauma. And then it gets deeper because some of you guys have children. And I see children from the ages of 5 to 12. And these children are watching you, and they're watching what you're doing when you're going out there and you're dating. And they're watching who you're bringing to them. And you don't want them to start mimicking your behavior when they reach your age or even younger, which is worse. So if you guys are on here, whether you're young or you're old, I'm seeing the ages 5 to 40, you guys really do need to stop making excuses for these people. So this wasn't really couples therapy for this pile, is really more personal therapy, and is really more, something that your spirit guides are saying this is what you do, and a way to improve is setting boundaries, remothering yourself. And lastly, I feel like for each of you watching this pile, you all have some sort of gift that is being brought to you. So I feel like for you guys, uh, some of you guys are gifted a best friend or somebody that feels like a sister or brother to you. You're gifted somebody who is like a friend who became family to you. You're gifted this person and they fulfill that role where you didn't feel your parent, your other parent. Because I feel like you guys definitely have a good parent in your life, but you don't have both, or you just experience one parent. So that person in your life, whether it's a best friend or like a close family member too, that person is, that replacement for you, because I feel like this absent parent cannot show up for you. They are just not mentally and emotionally, even physically able to do that for you. Some of them are heavy addicts or worse. And then for also, other of you guys were gifted your children. They were gifted to you so you can be a guide to them. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you know how this applies. You were all given some sort of gift where it can replace that person's ability to not show up for you, that absent parent. Okay, pile number one. That is for you guys. I'm gonna move on now to pile number two. Okay, pile number two for you guys. Um, I don't want you guys to check Power One. I don't feel like Power One resonates with you, but I just want you guys to be open to the idea of, first off, this was a fan request and it was coming from somebody a little bit younger in age. And two, I am a certified life coach, which is why I think this is reasonable for me to do. And another thing I would just like to say is this could be a personal reading, which is like personal therapy, or this can actually be like a couples therapy, because for the first pile it was very much personal, but you guys have a different kind of reading than pile one, so please don't tune into pile one's reading. But for this pile here, your spirit guides are saying there's no need for signs. I feel like some of you guys want signs. So some of you guys are definitely an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, Leo, or you're just a little bit more stubborn. And I feel like your spirit guides want to prepare you that if you're not ready to hear this message, then don't watch. Because they're gonna be very tough with their tongue, with the Queen of Swords coming out. They're gonna be very sharp. So if this is triggering or you're not in the right place or right time, watch the video later or don't watch, because this is therapy, right? So a therapy pick a card reading is going to be something a little bit more deep, something a little bit more sentimental, and maybe even a little triggering, but in general, so no one knows who this applies to but you know. So for this pile, okay, again, this was couples therapy, but this is personal therapy. Your spirit guide is saying here, but the Nine of Cups, you guys tend to be very independent. I feel like with the Tower card, you had a very hard life. It's not to say that you guys don't have your parents in your life. Maybe, I feel like if your parents are not in your life, it could just be for a little for things that are like life events, like a death. I'm sorry to hear that. It could be something that was very sad as to why you can't have a parent or you don't have a parent in your life. But for none of you guys, it's not really anything of absent or absent parents or parents that wasn't there. I feel like it could be due to tragic loss, and I deeply give my condolences if that's your situation. But for this pile, generally, your spirit guides are going to give you personal therapy, not couples therapy. And I'm going based on what they want to give you, not what I'm giving you. It's what they want to give you. Because I'm a reader, so don't shoot the messenger. But with the Nine of Cups, they're saying that you guys have very much independent tendencies, and that independence at times causes you to get into trouble. again, I feel like you guys live very hard lives. You guys had very difficult childhoods, and your childhoods made you into like a nine of pentacles. No one's gonna give me anything. I'm gonna give it to myself. So with the strength card, you guys are very strong. You're very independent, and you're very much able to handle a lot of things on your own. And because you're able to handle a lot of things on your own, I feel like you guys don't ask for help. And your spirit guides are saying, stop doing that, right? Because when you get into relationships, your partner or the person that you're with or dating or talking to, you tend to always give more. With the imbalance card, the Six of Cups is coming in reverse. You tend to always give more than they do. Even if you're a man watching this, I know that men are meant to be masculine, and you should be. It's your birthright, right? You're a man. But even as a man, you're always giving more because you are very, very independent. Your lifestyle was very, very hard, you know. And some of you guys may even have Gemini moons, and because of that, you're very independent. So you always give more in the connection. And your spirit guides are telling you to be more greedy. You know, let them nourish you. Let them give to you. Let them show you how much they can give before you settle for anyone. Do not settle for anything less. See how much they can give. Be greedy for as long as you need to be. Let them nourish you. Let them be the man or the woman. Let them fulfill their role in the connection before you give up yourselves too easily, or before you engage in the connection, or before you marry the person. See what they can give to you, because a lot of the times you end up being very unsatisfied. You always feel like you are, whether you're a female or male, you tend to feel like you are the breadwinner in the relationship all the time. And your spirit guides are very angry. I'm seeing like an angry face about this because they know that you're being taken advantage of, and they tend to have to come in and protect you. And they know that it stems from a very deep rooted past where you always felt like, okay, I gotta do this by myself. I gotta get through this by myself. And a lot of that get through it by myself is really hard. Your spirit guides are saying, regardless of love, you can very much depend on people, but you're just not around the right people to depend on at this time. They're saying there are people out there that love you. You have family. I feel like you guys know who these people are. You have a friend. I heard 20 or something. Or, you have people that really do love you and that you can really depend on, but you tend to be around negative people, and they gravitate towards you, and they pull on your energy like blood-sucking vampires, because they know that you're going to give. Even if they can give, say you got $10 and they got $1,000, they're going to tell you to spend your $10 because they know you can give. That's how evil and bad their intentions are, because not everyone is good in this world. But your spirit guides are saying, if you would just surround yourself around good people, and intuitively you guys know, they're saying they have shown you numerous of signs of who's good and who's not. And if you just surround yourself around those good people, then you can stop being taken advantage of. This is just platonically. And then from platonically, it will help you. They're telling you to practice with friends and people in your life. Because then when you practice with friends and people, you can move on to partners in dating. In the dating world, you will learn how to be more of the Throw of Pentacles with your energy. You learn how to be more stingy, learn how to be more greedy, and people will learn how to respect you. They're not going to walk all over you, not going to be mean to you, they're not going to be rude to you, and they're not going to expect you to give, even if you have, right? Because what you earn is your birthright, it's your karma, but it's none of their business to be taking advantage of you. And that is where your spirit guides want you guys to know. You need to learn how to be more greedy with your energy and with your money and with your time. Know who to love and who to extend your hand to, and know who to say, no, I'm not giving to you. and they have shown you in your dreams, they're telling you about these people, in your everyday lives, they're telling you about these people. Your guys' problem is you're lacking paying attention. They don't want you to walk this world like you're sleeping. They're telling you to wake up. They need you to start paying more attention. Okay, power number two is that is all for you guys. Moving on now to power number three. Okay, power number three. Okay, again, I'm a life coach certified. This is why this makes sense. And another thing is this was a fan request, which is how I got this idea. And a younger person, which is I do understand that some people need help, but they're just not able to afford it, and that's okay. But with this also, I just want you guys to be mindful that this can very much be like personal therapy, because that's what a lot of your spirit guides who checked into this reading today decided to make this about. It is help and assistance in relationships, but instead of doing couples therapy, this is very much personal therapy. But I'm still gonna keep the title in the description and whatnot. But however, for you guys, power number three, your spirit guides are saying you guys are absolutely fine. Just get rid of the need of needing to be in a relationship. Power number three, you guys tend to feel like you need to be in a connection, and you to date people. Your spirit guide is telling you to be careful with sleeping with partners and giving yourself. It's like I feel like you guys would do anything to be in a connection, and that's why you don't have a connection, or that's why you keep getting into the wrong connections, because your spirit guides are saying you guys have to learn how to control your need for attention. You guys be Aquarius, Cancers, Geminis, Aries. You guys genuinely love attention, and you seem to not be able to control not getting attention. And because of your desire for attention, you continuously get into these connections and sell yourself short. Your spirit guides are saying the reason why you guys want attention, whether you admit it or not, is because there's something in your life. All of you guys know what this is going to apply to, but something happened in your life where you wanted to be free or you wanted to be heard. Now, for many of you guys, this is going to be many different situations, but whatever way you was not heard or you was not seen and you did not feel like you was heard, you ended up growing up still seeking a need for attention. And because you seek this need for attention, you don't know how to be alone. And your spirit guides are saying the only way you can overcome this is being alone, not through a partner, not through somebody showing up for you, not through you giving force, but you guys just have to learn this excessive and obsessive need for attention is just attention that you need to give to yourself. Make yourself seen, make yourself heard, even go to therapy. I offer life coaching if some of you guys are more on the spiritual side and you don't really like a certain therapy. That is why I offer life coaching, because a lot of people go through just life events and they don't need any stigmatizing or labels applied to that. People just need communication, and coaching is for that, without the stigmas or the labels. It's not necessary. I don't like that form of therapy. People just need to learn how to communicate, how to express. And I feel like for you guys just need to understand that your need for attention is because you need to give yourself attention. Yourself is even tired of being with person to person to person. You guys are always craving some sort of attention or connection. Your spirit guides are just saying they're never going to give this to you, because you just need to learn how to fulfill your own cup. And don't do it because you want a connection. Do it because you genuinely want to do it. Do it because you genuinely love yourself. So if you guys never learn to love yourself and to give yourself attention, then you're never going to be in a connection. Your connections are always going to fail because your partners are reflecting yourself. So if you get into a relationship with a lot of like avoidant dismissives, which is just people that are not interested in you, they don't care, they're not giving you time, they're ghosting you, it is because you do it to yourself. And then a lot of you guys, you spirit guys are coming in real heavy right now and they're saying you guys pretend you want to do the like friends with benefits thing or you want to do the whole phase. And truth is, you guys always get emotionally attached. And that's why you always get emotional about it and you always feel bad because you're saying that you want to do something, but then you end up doing something else. And that's why you always get upset because your intention this whole time was to never be in a whole phase or have a friend with benefit. Your intent was, I'm gonna give this guy what I want or give this girl what I want, and then eventually it will be something. So it's like your spirit guides are saying the reason why those don't work out is because you don't really mean it and you get attached because intentionally, whether your mind is telling you one thing, your heart is telling you something else. The best thing to do is be single, practice celibacy, clean yourself. I feel like why they say clean yourself is because spiritually you keep giving yourself to people and it makes you unclean in a way because you're taking on their energy, you're taking on their problems, you're taking on their mindsets, their values, and it kind of turns you with the devil's card. It makes you a toxic person. It makes you someone that hurts people. So you guys really need to be careful with that with the 5 of Wands. You guys have a lot of internal conflict. Give yourself the attention that you deserve and fulfill your cup. So that is something that your spirits are coming in with today. And that is all for you guys, power number 3.